Yeah, it's my pleasure, sir.
Mr. Pappoe, quickly, what do you have to say about the performance of the Black Stars in the AFCON qualifiers? For the first time in 20 years, we won't be playing in the tournament. And what's your assessment on that?
Well, obviously, I think everybody associated with football is not happy about what has gone on. That Ghana will not be part of the Assembly of African Footballing Nations. It's very unfortunate, and I think it's something that gives a lot of pain. So, my assessment of the situation is that it's an unfortunate situation. It's an unfortunate development, and I think as a nation that prides itself and as a footballing nation, it's something that should give us a lot of pain.
But what do you think, or where do you think the problem lies with the Black Stars? Because we saw the team declining after a series of AFCON finals, a semi-final appearance. It got to a point where, you know, the level would always get to in an AFCON tournament was the group stages, where in the last 2-3 editions were knocked out. So was it coming, or where do you think the real problem lies?
Of course, it was coming. If you're looking at the trend, like you just said, our performances, especially looking at the AFCON, has not been so satisfactory ever since 2022, the Cameroon edition, and then followed by the Cote d'Ivoire edition. So definitely it was something which was clear for all of us to see that things were not going well with the team. Of course, we got victories over Mali and Central African Republic in the World Cup qualifiers. So actually, that made us drop our guards a bit. But all the same, when it came to the AFCON proper, our performances have not been anything to be proud of. So we definitely saw the signs coming. The writing was clear on the wall. So this is not entirely surprising, much as it is painful.
But where is the problem with the Black Stars? Because there are some also alluding to the fact that the players
you see the problem with the Black Stars is exactly what we are doing. Exactly what we are doing. Because I'm sure your producer will tell you I wasn't even interested in talking.
Yes.
Every time we go and then we fall, we hit a brick. We come and our concentration is always about where is the problem, who do we blame. We don't concentrate on what to do going forward. Or which areas. We don't look at the solutions. We don't look at the future. We dwell so much on the past. It's good. I'm not saying it's not good. It's good to dwell on the past to the extent of identifying the problems to solve it.
Sure.
But then we should give equal attention to what we have to do.
Okay.
The problem is many. There are many problems why I see across many different areas, from the playing body to the tanker body to management to the overall administration of our game, to the ministry level, the FA level. Even we as fans sitting back in the media, we all have our contribution to the problem. The problems are many, but the thing is what we do going forward. Okay. And that to me, I think, is the most important thing.
Okay, you have been a major stakeholder as far as the Black Stars is concerned before. If assuming you were in this position to help the Black Stars, what do you think are some of the things we should do going forward? Because now we find ourselves in a very, very tight situation. What do you think we can do going forward?
Well, I think the first thing to do going forward is to try to work on the psyche of the team itself. From the playing body through the tanker team to the management and to even with the fans, everybody is almost about giving up. So we have to work ourselves up that look, we have no choice, whether we like it or not. This is our team, and we will definitely, as a nation, be competing in these events for quite some time to come. And so far as we remain members of FIFA and then the other global body of football. So what do? We have to look at the team proper. From the playing body, are we dealing with the right quality of players? Are the players having the right attitude? Do they have the right mentality? Is the team being handled by the right caliber of technical staff? Are they well motivated? Are they committed and devoted to the game? Are they getting the right support from the management committee or the management team and the FA? What is the relationship like? Do they get what they need to deliver their goods by way of not just the equipment, but support, advice, motivation here and there? We'll go to the FA proper itself. Is the FA doing what it has to do as an association to make sure the players and the team is well motivated. We go to the ministry. We have to look at the differences and
Right.
all the different role players to see whether what they are doing, we must assess ourselves properly and very dispassionately. It shouldn't be with the view to pointing fingers. This one did this one did that. We are experts in doing that, and it's not gotten us anyway.
Wow. But Mr. Pappoe, since you have been with the Black Stars before, some are also alluding to the fact that the coach we brought in hasn't really been good enough. He hasn't really lived up to expectations. I don't know your take on that, but let me ask you this question. If you had a chance to bring in a coach at the point after Chris Hughton left, would you have appointed Coach Otuado?
You see, the question you have to ask yourself is that the question you are asking me today. Would you have asked that immediately Otuado came in, or after Otuado came in? You see, we all become wiser after the event, but that doesn't mean we should not be passionate about issues. Let's be dispassionate. And then when he went and beat Mali, not a single voice in Ghana said he wasn't the right person.
Sure.
When he followed up with a victory over what they call the
Central African Republic,
Central Africa, exactly. Not a single person said that. But now suddenly things have changed. We would have to ask yourself, what were the conditions then which made him succeed and now he's not succeeding? Is it to do with him as a person? Is it to do with certain conditions? Where I sit, I will not know. But then I will not be the first person to say the coach is not good, we should sack him.
Okay.
Because whoever appointed him, I'm sure they considered quite a lot of factors before appointing him. So some of these things, we must not be quick to identify where we think the problem is and then keep saying that and then, as it were, hammering over that over and over again. If we keep doing that, there may be the actual problem lying in some corner somewhere that you may overlook. And then the issue will start recurring in the future. So I'll not respond to that question as to if we feel there's a problem with the 10-card team. Let's look at the 10-card team dispassionately.
Okay.
We look at the quality of people over there. We look at the way they work. We look at the support they get. We engage them. We have a very frank discussion. And then if we are convinced after all these things that, look, the problem is really with these guys, go ahead and then take remedial actions. But then, from where I see it, you keep happening that I've been associated with the team and things. I will not limit it to just the technical side.
Okay.
I'll look at all other areas. I'll look at all other very, very, very petty areas. You even have to look at the players themselves.
Wow.
Are they having the right psyche to do the work? Are they well motivated? Are they united as a group in camp? Are there some lingering things in the camp amongst the boys? Is everything okay with them? Do they feel motivated and charged? Do they feel? I was telling somebody the other time, at least when we were there from the period 2004 to 2011, on several occasions, if the team was to report in camp at 5 p.m., you'll be in the house or wherever you are, then the hotel will start calling you that say, you guys did not order, maybe we would have ordered dinners because we had to report at 5.
Yeah.
If some of your boys have started coming and what do we do? Do we give them lunch?
Wow.
I said, okay, go ahead and give them lunch. Because the boys were anxious to report to camp. This issue of players not reporting to camp for whatever reason, it was something which was in the pre-2004 days.
Wow.
At least in our time, after our first 1-2 matches, we never experienced it till 2011 when I left the team. So if we have a situation where 8 players are not feeling well, if a player wants to give an excuse, it can. At any point in time, every player you see walking around has an injury or the other. Every player, all the players you see every day, once they step out, there's somebody they are all carrying different forms of injury.
Sure.
So if you want to use that as an excuse to back out, you will get that excuse to back out. So we have to look at the playing body too. Is everything okay over there? It's a human institution. Everything cannot be okay.
Mr. Pappoe, sorry, about the issue of commitment, do you think it's really affecting the Black Stars now? Because we've heard it several times. Just recently, we also heard, the president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Keto Kweku, also, hitting hard at the players about how committed they should be. Do you think that has been a major problem for us?
I'm not at this point or in this interview going to tell you this is a problem or this is a problem. I will not do that because I've not gone into the issues deep enough. But what I'm telling you is that you're asking me what I would have done if I was in this place.
Sure.
And I was going to say I will look into the playing body to see whether the level of commitment is there, whether the players are okay, whether there are any issues worrying them. Much the same way as we spoke about the coach. I'll look again at the coach, we look at his qualifications, we find out why he was able to deliver sometimes pass and he's not doing that now. You would have to open your eyes dispassionately with a blank slate and then investigate these different components so that you may get a very fair idea that, oh, wow, this thing may be the problem. You may talk to the coach, he will tell you that, well, of course, I don't think I'm getting the best from these players, technically or tactically, or I'm not getting the right level of motivation. You talk to the players, they may also say that we don't like the way the coach talks to us or whatever. You unravel so many things that you may think you know, but you definitely will not know until you go to the problem.
Sure.
The source of the problem to identify. So
sure.
I cannot sit in here say is a coach or is a player or is a secretary. I can't do that. But then what I'm saying is that what we need to do if we want to solve the problem is to get closer and then find out what the issues are and what the challenges are.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred Pappoe, for your time this morning on Max 89.7. We are very much grateful, sir.
It's my pleasure, sir. All the best, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right. Former chairman of the Black Stars Management Committee, or also here, former vice president of the Ghana Football Association, Mr. Fred Pappoe, and then Chichen Komo Alpha Black Stars, and Nansia. Performances during the AFCON qualifiers are you win to me and winning one game cry. I'm saying your can I say and yeah after a better and Sadia chill with one we so now Omukite Jumani no more so or mon share be a problem that no mon share no more so Ralph now